Now in this video, we move to the aspect of how to measure and cut out the base. In this part, I was supposed to show you how I measure and cut out the base of the bag, but unfortunately, the clip got deleted. But nothing to worry, I will be illustrating the process there on paper so you can still understand it clearly. The steps are still the same. To start, I will be using this bag for the illustration of the school bag. After measuring round the front and the back of that bag, and the measurement is 61.7 inches by 6.7 inches of the wideness. The wideness 6.7 inches. So the measurement is 61.7 inches. So I'm going to be adding allowance to it. The reason why I'm adding the allowance is that by the time I stitch, top stitch, everything, it will have reduced the length of the bag. So I'm going to be adding 1 inches allowance to it, making the measurement to be 62.7 inches. Now I will explain the reason why I add 1 inches allowance to it. I'll be using this bag for the illustration. If you check the top of this bag, where I had the short handle, by the time you stitch this side and turn it over for top stitching, you also repeat the same to the second side. You also come to the joining of the base together, you stitch, you top stitch. You repeat the same to the second side. By the time you do that, it will have reduced the length that will cover up for the whole front panel or the back panel. That is the reason why I had the allowance to it, because that 1 inches will be the one that will cover up for the whole extra stitching, so that it won't affect the measurement of the base. Now I will be dividing the measurement to get the measurements for the upper base and the lower base. And for that, I'm going to be using 2 to divide it. So if I use 2, the measurement will now be 30 inches for the upper base and 32.7 for the lower base. So if you count 30, 30, 31, 32, so I use 2 to divide it. Now I'm going to be cutting 30 inches for the lower upper base and 32.7 for the lower base. So that is how I was able to get and cut out the measurement of the base. This is the upper base. I measure 2.2 out of the 6.7 wideness of the upper base, then I cut it out. Then I take the remaining 4.5 inches, I fold it into 2 to get the midpoint. After getting the midpoint, then I indicate it out. Now I will explain how I was able to measure all this line out. For the placement of the short handle, from that point to the middle, I measure 4 inches. Likewise for the second side, 4 inches. Now I will use the scissors to separate it. Now I will explain how I was able to make the short handle. If you watch the part 3 of the video from the beginning on how I make the shoulder strap, you will understand how I was able to make the short handle. So the measurement I cut out for the short handle is 9.7 inches by 2.3 inches. Now I will be joining the short handle to the upper base. I will take the middle one, fold it into 2 to get the midpoint for both sides. Then I will take the short handle, place it on it, right side facing up. Then I will take one out of the upper base, place it on it and stitch it together. After that, I will turn it over for top stitching. After that, I will repeat the same to the second side. So this is how it look like after joining the short handle to it. You can see the way it is. I've cut out lining for the bolt and also zip cloth I will be using. Don't forget I'm using size 7 zip cloths. Now I will be adding zip cloth to it. So I will take the lining, I will place it down, take the zip cloth, place it on it right side facing up, and take one out of the upper base, place it on it right side facing each other and stitch it together. I will turn it to the right side to separate the zip cloths. After that, I will turn the lining to the back side for top stitching. So I'm done top stitching it. After that, I repeat the same to the second upper base. And then I use the 2 zip mouth to join both together. Then I cut out foam for the 2. Now I will be stitching the top and the bottom. I will also repeat the same to the second side. Now I will take the foam and insert it inside it. After inserting the foam, then I will stitch it. After that, I will repeat the same to the second side. So I've cut out the two pockets I will be adding to the side of the bag. And the measurement I cut out is 7.3 inches wide by 9 inches length. I also cut out lining for the two. I will take the two pockets, I will place it on a lining and stitch it round together. I'm done adding lining to the two. Now I will be taping the mouth. I will take the taping, I will use it to tape the mouth of the pocket. So that is how to make the pockets I'll be adding to the side of the bag. So now I'll be joining the upper and the lower base together. I will join the first side together. After that, I will take the lining, I will place it on it, then turn it to the back side and stitch. After that, I will turn it over for top stitching. So that is it after top stitching it. So I've added the first side pocket to it, but before I show the video of how I did that, let me first explain. So for the placement of the pocket, I placed the tape rule at the top of where I joined the upper and lower base together little bit and stop it at where I joined the pocket, which is 80 inches long. Now I will be showing the video of how to join the pocket. Before I start, don't forget that I will be stitching the pocket to the lower base. Now I will stitch it together. And don't forget to remove the lining at the back of the lower base before you start the stitching. So this is how it look like after joining it. You know the wideness of the lower base and the pocket is not the same, but to make the pocket wideness fit in with the lower base, when you start the stitching from the top and when you get to the middle, fold the material inside a little like bleating, then stitch the rest so it will rhyme with the lower base. After that, I will turn the pocket to the upside and stitch each side. Don't forget to remove the lining from the back side before you start the stitching. So I'm done adding the pocket to it. That is how to add the pocket to the base. So for the second side of the base, I've stitched and top stitched it like the way I did to the first side. Now I'll be adding the second pocket to the second side of the base. For adding the second side of the pocket, I will repeat the same process I did to the first one. So I'm done handing the second pocket to the second side. You can see the way it look like. After adding the pocket, I will stitch both sides of the lower base together with lining. But first, I will stitch the first side. I'm done stitching the first side. I will be stitching the second side now, but before that, I will insert foam inside it. So I'm done with making of the front panel, the back panel and the base of the bag. So this is the side compression strap. I cut out the long strap, which is 14.5 inches. I cut out two. And the strap that will hold the adjuster, I cut out to 4.5. And for the adjuster, I'll be using two. I'm using the school bag adjuster. Now I'll be joining the front and the base together. For the front panel, I fold it into two to get the midpoint, and I also take the base, I fold it into two to get the midpoint. Now I will be joining both together starting from the notch point. After stitching the first side a little bit, then I will come to the second side and stitch it a little bit. So after stitching the second side a little bit, then I will use my hand to join the base and the front side together a little bit close to the bottom side. Then I will take out the adjuster and the short belt I cut out earlier. After that, I will insert the short belt inside the adjuster. Then I will place it between the middle of the front panel and the base, a little bit up from the side pocket. After that, then I will stitch it up together. So I'm done with the stitching. You can see the way it look like. After that, I will come to the first side I left over. Then I'm going to insert the second adjuster there like I did to the first one. After placing it at the middle of the base and the front panel, then I will stitch the rest to the bottom side. Then I will come to the second side and stitch the rest. So I'm done with the stitching of the front panel and the base together. Now I will be joining the back panel to it. I will be starting the stitching from the bottom side, notch point to notch point. So you can see that I've stitched the bottom of the first side to some certain point. Then I will come to the second side too and stitch it a little bit. I'm done stitching the bottom side. Whenever you want to join your base and the back side together, always start from the bottom. Make sure the bottom rhyme first before you can start stitching the rest. Now I will start the stitching again from this side. So after getting to the point of where I insert the adjuster, then I'm going to insert the long belt between the middle of the back panel and the base and stitch it to the up side. So I'm done with the stitching. You can see the way it look like after inserting the long strap. Then I'll come to the second side to insert the second long belt and stitch the rest. So this is the bag. I'm done stitching it. After stitching it, I use taping to tape it round to make the inside look neat. Now I will turn it over to the front side. So you can see the way the bag look like after turning it to the front side. Very neat, lovely. Seriously, my love for this bag is a very top notch. After that, I try to close up all the mouth of the long belt around the bag so that the wool will not be coming out of it. Now I'll be inserting the logo at the middle of the front pocket. We have come to the end of this video on how to make the children unisex school bag. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the process and learned something new. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumb up, share it with others who might love sewing, and subscribe to Stitch and Carry Creation for more exciting bag making tutorials. Drop your question or feedback in the comments. I love to hear from you. Until next time, happy sewing.